Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran has set out to become the dominant power in the Middle East, and its religion, Shiite Islam, supreme over Sunni Islam.
The clerical regime in Tehran is using a network of proxies.
Predominantly Shia organizations that are in Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq.
Hezbollah was Iran's first proxy in the Middle East.
It's the crown jewel in Iran's so-called axis of resistance.
Hezbollah are not Palestinian and are not under Israeli occupation. They're a sectarian Shiite militia serving Iranian ambitions.
It pledged its entire allegiance to Iran.
Namely, Shiite dominance in Lebanon and wiping Israel off the map.
هذه المواجهة وهذا التحدي باق حتى يزول الكيان الصهيوني من الوجود.
Hezbollah's genocidal aspirations had already erupted into full-scale war in 2006, causing the death of 1,200 Lebanese civilians and billions of dollars of damage to the country. The war ended with UN Resolution 1701 that called for the demilitarization of southern Lebanon.
And here you have UN Security Council resolutions that have said, in the clearest of language, that Lebanese militias cannot be rearmed.
But despite the presence of a UN peacekeeping force more than 10,000 strong, the resolution has never been implemented. On the contrary,
Hezbollah has rebuilt its rocket launchers and expanded its weapons arsenal.
Drones, missiles, and precision-guided munitions.
Hezbollah has 150,000 rockets and missiles.
45 to 100,000 soldiers.
By 2020, the group became the world's most heavily armed non-state actor.
Much stronger than Lebanon's own military.
All thanks to Iran.
Above ground, it's quiet and peaceful, but underground, Hezbollah was planning for death and destruction.
There is a network of tunnels underneath the Lebanese-Israeli border.
Hezbollah dug the tunnels to launch cross-border attacks.
It's large enough where hundreds of Hezbollah commandos could have come into Israel with the goal to kidnap or kill.
In 2015, Hezbollah published a video on how it will conquer the Galilee.
حزب يدرب 5,000 مقاتل للسيطرة على مدن الجليل الأعلى ومستوطناته.
Sitting here like lambs to slaughter, just waiting for the day they attack us like we saw in the south, it's unacceptable.
Since October 7th, Hezbollah has been constantly firing thousands of deadly rockets, missiles and drones into northern Israel.
I don't think there's any country in the world that would accept daily fire against its citizens,
prompting the evacuation of the entire border region.
Some 60,000 Israelis are displaced from the north, essentially internal refugees.
The local economy is frozen.
Playgrounds silent, roads and buildings pierced by rockets fired from Lebanon.
The situation in the north is intolerable.
And pushing Israel and Lebanon once again to the edge of catastrophe.
Today we are on the brink of a war and do not know where it will take us.
Today there are 75% of the Lebanese people who oppose your existence, your weapons, and the wars you embroil us in.
Today we have two completely different cultures, the culture of life and the culture of death.
We have always been, and we are today, ready to sacrifice our souls, our children, and all who are dear to us. The Lebanese people do not want to commit suicide. We are a people of life.
Iran doesn't really care about the Palestinians nor the Lebanese. They actually are gambling away using Arab blood.
We must implement UN Resolution 1701 and deploy the Lebanese army at the border. Otherwise, where are we heading, Bassam? Our border will become like a second Gaza.